Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, tankers of Blitz Universe, to the channel. I hope you are all doing well. I'm doing fine at the moment, churning out a bit less content for Blitz because the holiday season is over. I'm back to work, but I try to do 2-3 videos a week. So stay tuned for that, and apologies for the bit less content compared to the holiday season. But yeah, that's just a given thing. Real life getting in the way from time to time. Right, subject at hand. People ask me quite a lot, whether it is on the social channels or on the comments on the YouTube. How do you play with noobs? Blitz is filled with noobs. Can you tell us, please, how to play the game with my random noob teams? And, well, there isn't really just one answer. There's not one way that works. So I have 3 games to show you today, and I'm going to give you my thoughts on how to play with random teams. And the first thing really is kind of, well, you have to be ready to, I think, embrace the chaos. Let's start with that. You have to start thinking about your tank. What does my tank well, and what are things I really shouldn't do because I have a trollish gun, I have a long aim time, I can't go hold on, I don't have the mobility, I have a fixed gun, I'm a tank destroyer, etc, etc. What should I do? I'm bottom tier on this match, Middleburg. I'm in the Bulldog. That means I have an American gun with good gun suppression, I've got APCR for standard ammo, I have great mobility, but I don't have armor. So side scraping is a bit of a no-no. Going hold down is only going to work when the Reds aren't looking at me. So I've put myself in this position. And the reason why is that we had 2 tanks in the base, in our spawn. The IS-5 and the AT-15. And the AT-15 is going down in a second. And you can see to my left, and he's already up on the hill, is the Amul. The stubborn Amul. And it was very tempting, it would have been very tempting to go into the Reds on top of the hill and just go there and try to create a 4 versus 3, 4 versus 2, whatever, numerical advantage. That would have been tempting. But that would have also meant that my teammates at the back would probably have been overrun. So I wanted to not lose my hit points and wear down the Reds a bit, and then try to protect my friendly teammates at the back as long as possible. So I hope you do catch my drift regarding saving your hit points, because it can come in very handy in the end. That's what I meant with, well, embrace the chaos, basically. You can't expect a random team to play as you think they should. That's the first thing you have to get into your mindset. Do spot up. Do try to spot the Reds. Do try to get sorted, get spots on. Take a look at what is happening. Try to spot the Reds so your teammates know where they are as well. But if you expose yourself too quickly against the big guns of that JAR-102, that SU-152, that IS-3, then my, well, just above 1000 hit points wouldn't have lasted very long. Now I still have 986 left, and I can safely move in under the gun of the Tiger, just move away. Amul clears him. He was invaluable in sitting there using the gun depression. He moved up ever so slightly. I've done 2.2k damage. Well, fairly good game. First class in the Bulldog. You can see that it looks very high in terms of XP, but it's just under 1k. I got some extra from, I think, a hidden mission. But I'm happy with this game because I played cautiously, but I've done 2k damage, that doubled my hit points, so happy days. The next thing is going to show you what you shouldn't do. That's going to be in the beginning. But also when your teammates aren't doing what you want them to do. I mean, we've got 2 mediums, an AMX, a T26 E4, and we've got me in the T54 lightweight. And the current meta on EU, at least, that this for most teams to push this flank, get to the hill, spot up a few reds in spawn, and then have a few tanks, heavies and tank destroyers mostly, sitting behind you, obliterating the reds. I do spot 2 tanks, the AMX and the T20. Shouldn't have taken the shot, I think, but well, we're here anyway, so spot up the VK. 3 tanks inside, alliance side available. I'm off, I'm popping speed boost, and I want to get into cover. I'm signaling negative to the T26E4. He doesn't really take notice or decides to ignore that signal. I spot some more tanks, and I'm moving away towards the ship. I'm noticing what is happening there, and as soon as I'm unspotted, I turn around and I'm going to support the T26E4. I think it's a bad idea of him to stay there. It really is. But hey, he's doing that. I'm going to support him. I want to shoot a red tank. I don't care which one. That's the first one available, the VK. And I do get spotted by the T-34, but that was intentional. I wanted to make my presence known. He is aware of me being here. And if you took a quick look at him behind that hill, he stopped moving in on the T-26E4. A few seconds later, he moved in straight away, but that's fine. I've stopped his advance ever so slightly, and I can now turn my turret, shoot the CDC, who are then track in the air because of magic. But there's a real strange thingy in that pops into the heads of people. If they see a red tank popping up on their radar that was previously unspotted, they sometimes turn their turrets around and want to shoot that tank. And every time they look at you and they are not firing on your teammates, that's good. You're bringing their DPM down. I'm now going to attack this IS-3. I'm going to shoot him up the arse. He spots me. He doesn't push in on the one-shot ISU or the SU. He doesn't push in on the one-shot other tank. I don't know which one it is. 1590. That's probably an IS-5 or an IS-3. But he moves around and he's going after me, and I put 1 shot into him, 2 shots into him, and a 3rd one into him. And that's a good trade. 3 shots into you for 379 hit points in return. And I can now kill him. And my 2 one-shot tanks are still alive. Thank you very much. And we've made it a 6-on-4. And yes, we're gonna lose some more tanks. The 1776 is down thanks to the T20. But you can see the rest of the team is, well, more or less still alive. And that means that the SU-152 kills the T-34. I can now shoot the T-20. No, fluff the shot. Stupid. But we're going to win this game. And that's because I like to think of this role that I played in this little occasion as the glue between the guy who stayed behind, who maybe was a noob, not sure, but he stayed behind. He wasn't in a favorable position, but I moved in to support him, and once I realized that he was going down, I moved away. I saved my hit points, I started helping my other teammates, but I managed to put 2.3k damage in, spotted up the entirety of the red team. I got a scout medal, spotted up 5 of them, and I end up top damage. Not massive damage, missed 1 shot. But if you can do this time and time and time again, then you are bound to win more games. So let's now take a quick look at how to play a non-armored tank destroyer with a really big gun on a supremacy match on a map that I don't quite like. I do not like Desert Sands. I think it's one of the worst maps in the game, to be honest, and especially if you are in a boss seek and the team is splitting up like a boss. I don't like this. So basic strategy first on this game at least is go into the middle on the railroad. I want to be supportive here. I'm a second line tank destroyer in the first parts of the game. Why am I a second line tank destroyer? I haven't got any armor. So I'm not going to move in very quickly. I want to get good shots in, and I do hit this shot on the IS-5, but that's a Russian tank with that angled armor, so it bounces off. And I'm taking a look at what is happening now, and the PTA is signaling negative. But look at the RU, he's going in, all guns blazing YOLO Rambo style. Reds are capping B, capping C, numerical advantage. If I move in over here, I can probably help my team. The Reds have got numerical advantage in the desert. We've lost one tank already. The PTA is buggering off. I've noticed that on the minimap, so I want to get the shot in on this lurby. He's unaware of me being there. There we go, on the turret, thank you very much. And I moved behind the sandbags, left a few of them. He's probably switching to HE. Right, I'm behind sandbags, so he can't shoot me. Has to switch back, and I'm in cover. Popping adrenaline, and then hoping for the PTA to come in over here. Come here, mate, help me, help me, help me. Yes, there we go, he shot him once. Right, I can kill the lurber. There we go, one tank down. But Reds have got 2 bases now, and they're going to clear yet another tank of ours. The KV-4 is in trouble, but I still got my hit points. So, playing with noob teams is also about, well, let's call it in a way using your superior map knowledge. I'm not a super unicorn player. I lose games as much as I win them from time to time. But I know the maps pretty darn well, and that means that if I can move around and go into positions like this and then reload in safety and sustain my hit points, and then go into positions where I can shoot some tanks, I've got a pretty good idea of the fact that the Reds will go towards the flank. I'm not going to capture B, but we are good in terms of tank. I can capture B, that's easy. The Reds are on 600, no problem. Going to get a very disgusting lucky shot on the T-50-40-1. I wasn't anticipating for him to go forward, but he did. And I just feathered a shot in on the back of his turret. Thank you very much. And I can sit here. I am not going to get hit by that IS-5 because he's not proxy spotting me and he has killed another tank, so I can safely clear him. There we go. And you can see 3.7k damage. And of course I do have a big gun. And well, there are people saying, well, the bossy with that big gun, well, it was OP, maybe in a way. But tanks like this can look very OP if they have a very big gun in the hands of an experienced player. And the KV-4 clears the T-34-2 just before I can shoot him with HE. But you can see 4 kills, 3.7k damage, no shots taken in return. Of course the Reds were just everywhere, but I exploited their faults. So that's it in a nutshell, I think. Use your map knowledge, experience of the game, sustain your hit points and embrace the chaos. My name is martindogger, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll catch you all on the next video. Cheers and happy tanking!